actually carry out geophysical survey in so many states in the country.
Politically, in 1987, that was when we do what you now call the zero-party election.
The things you use to earn money are there. It's just for you to know how to think of developing them.
Representing the people is you being a trophy of dividend of democracy to the people. The people are the beneficiaries.
The state now, the environment is quite friendly. The foundation is laid for even foreign investors, other investors within the Nigerian economy to come in.
We always come to the sport to extract from some social, economic, and political leaders their achievements, their works, and of course their contributions to the prosperity of Delta States and Nigeria at large. I welcome you to the biggest personality television program, Delta Scope. My name is Isioma Adigwe. On this edition of Delta Scope, our media crew had a conversation with a man with great personality. He is a Nigerian politician, a community development strategist with a vast experience in policy research development. He was one time an executive assistant to the then deputy governor of Delta State. And of course, he was one time made an administrator at the Delta State Oil Producing Area Development Commission, the SOPADEC. We're talking about Honorable Emomotimi Guwor, Honorable Member representing the good people of Warri West constituency at the Delta State House of Assembly. Let's meet him and hear what he has for us today.
Honorable Guwor Emomotimi Dennis is my name. I represent the very, very good and wonderful people of Warri Southwest State Constituency in Delta State House of Assembly. And by the grace of God, I'm a Christian, married with children.
You had your secondary school education at AC College, Warri. Would you say you are a Warri boy? Does that mean you're a Warri boy?
Of course, anybody from a place, especially when you grow up from a particular place, you are called a boy or a woman from that particular environment. Of course, by the reason of growing up, early life in Warri and secondary school life in Warri, and then for over close to 30 years being in Warri means that I am a Warri boy.
Okay.
Just like somebody who is from Lagos is called a Lagosian. So I am a Warri boy.
Yeah, we know you went to Delta State University at Raka, where you obtained a bachelor degree in arts.
Yes.
And of course, you didn't stop there. You went further to obtain another one, a master's degree in public administration at the Benin University.
Yes.
Tell us about your educational experience.
Right. Actually, growing up, we, as people from the riverine area, we had challenges. Challenges in terms of going to get to being exposed to schools, especially for the fact that at that point in time, immediately after my primary education, I had my primary education in the village, which is Proposal Field Primary School Proposal. That's where I had my primary school. Immediately after that, as at that time, the school in Baramatu, which is the closest, also in Oporota, was non-functional at that point in time. So getting to come to Warri was difficult because at that point so many people don't have houses where to stay, inclusive of me. So I had to wait in the village for over a year trying to make ends meet as a little boy that I was then. Waiting for some others who were in one room in number 82 era at that point. My older siblings, they were staying in one room apartment, just one room. My older brothers and friends were like more than 10 people in one room. So we needed someone to graduate to leave the secondary school for me to have space in that house to go to secondary school. So I waited, and then there was a space for me by 1993. There was a space, so I came in and then stayed there. It was just a stone throw to basic college. And I had a 6-year secondary school there, just in that room. And it wasn't an easy one. Of course, you know what that means. It means that everybody, even if you want to read in the night, while some persons were snoring, you need to wake up and read, so it was a difficult one. But God had been me 6 years after I left. And after that, my intention was to read law actually. It was to read law. So I had to go back to, as at that time, my grammar school was functional, so I needed literature. So I had to go back to grammar school to write exam. The literature I did not get as at that time. So I proceeded to Daosu much later after secondary school. Though after seeking admission, Nigerian university system at that time were very limited space. So unlike now that His Excellency, as the governor of Delta State, Senator Dr. Guwor has provided about 3 other universities where students can go in at will.
With options.
Yeah, it was not like that back then. So I tried to apply to other universities outside Delta State. That was not on my side. And then much later, in 2002, I got admission to read English. But somehow, because of that same literature, I was screened out. Though my intention was to read, I got admission to English and I was screened out. And then I had the option to choose another course. I applied for economics. And then lo and behold, the school those who gave me the option of reading religious studies, a Bachelor of Arts to read religious studies. I said, fine. Yeah.
So you
first,
started
the most important
studies.
The most important thing is to get the first degree. And I did. And I graduated in 2005. After that burning desire for law was still there. I applied, even abroad and all of that. I got admission to University of Northampton. But visa application was also denied again. And that struggle. Then, after my youth service, I got employed in Desobike as an admin staff. I worked there for some years and rose up to become the area coordinator
At Desobike.
And after that desire was still there, so I applied. While I was in the Desobike, I applied to University of Benin for a master's degree in public administration. Of course, I was in the public admin. I was in the admin department, so that informed me to get a degree in public administration.
So it was easier.
Which I got later in 2014. And then later years, just recently, I got admission to nursing outside university. I'm reading law now, only 411 students. So that has been my journey so far. In terms
And it's
of
almost
my
as if your
academics.
dream come true.
Yeah, by grace of God. I know that in 2024 I'll be a law graduate. And definitely because of the passion for it, I'll go to law school and take the country.
We wish you luck, sir.
Thank you.
You know, before getting into politics, what were the activities on the ground? What were you doing at that time? And what actually got you into politics?
Yeah, the truth is, I'm that person who assists others. One thing I believe in is service. Service. Service to people, service to those who are close, and to community. Interestingly, I served as my community chairman in the Oyo Policing community from 2009. It's a long time as chairman of the community. Service to the people. In so doing, I also assisted in campaigning for others. Myself and some others actually worked out to making sure one young man who happens to be my uncle, though he's older than me, he's my mother's cousin, who wants to make him the chairman of Warri Southwest local government I represent presently as far as a million. Worked hard to make him the chairman back in 2008. And then after that, worked closely, gave him some moral support and background support and all of that. So after that, I was appointed in 2011 as special assistant to the then board member of Desopanic that represented the joint nationality, taking Barrister Kingsley Butu as commissioner of Desopanic, as it then was. Now he is His Excellency the Deputy Governor of the Oyo State. So I was appointed as his SA. I was only called upon because of the fact that I believe in service. People who were around felt that this is one young man who is ready to serve people. So they called upon me. It was an appointment. But then you ask the question, what actually spurred you to come into politics? Do you know what? Why in primary school? I was elected as a prefect. That actually started the journey. Then after that, when I intended to read law, I also believe in lawmaking. So then I intended to be a lawmaker. I had always dreamed that 29 members making law for Delta State. As at the time Delta was created, I said, wow, that's a big dream. And then while I was in the university, I also contested to represent the Religious Studies Department in the Student Representative Council, which is also similar to what we are doing now. because we're making laws for the student rates, for the student union government. So in 2003, I was elected as a member representing religious studies department. Back then they called us honorable, and little did I know that that would also spur me more into that burning desire for lawmaking. And then in 2004, I was re-elected. It's a 1 year team. It's a student team, so we only serve for one session. And then after one session, if you wish to be re-elected.
So you were re-elected?
I was re-elected, and I became 2-time member of the Student Representative Council. And then while I was doing that also, same 2003, I also contested as the financial secretary of all the students, both in Nigeria and diaspora, the National Union of Zombie Students, MANOIS. So I became the National Financial Secretary. So all of these are preparatory to my political career. So the truth is, I am one person who is ready to contribute to community development, ready to contribute to societal growth.
Okay, you know, aside, you've mentioned that you were once a chairman at your community, and going back to politics, now, you know, they say politics is local. How have you been in tune with your community presence? What other leadership positions have you held in your community? Has that been a chairman? Has that been a special assistant to His Excellency?
Yeah, at the very end stage, very early stage at about 18 or thereabouts, up to 18 years, about 18.
Okay.
I was elected as the secretary of the same committee that I am chairman. I became chairman. I was elected as a youth secretary to serve. Apart from that, we also try to see how we work around our people, try to contribute to their development. So after that, I became secretary at a point in time of the Paramount Youth Council, which is the apex body for Paramount youths at a kingdom level. So that's one thing I also was part of, and
Okay.
we tried to draw the attention of all your multinationals. So making sure they develop our community. By the grace of God, I believe in service. I believe that as people, the multinationals are obligatory, they are obligated to develop our people. The fact that they get something from our people.
So you say you know your people very well. What do you say are the needs of your people? Well, considering the present economic situation, the current ecological situation, what are you preferring?
Yeah, our people, most importantly, what they need majorly are the basic amenity. Most importantly, they need to be connected by road. But unfortunately, we are in terrain, people say that is difficult. By that, because it's riverine, it's not connected to the rest of the world. And we need to be connected to the internet. I want to give kudos to His Excellency, Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Guwor, the governor of the state. Over time, we have not had it this good. But by the grace of God, the governor has done a lot for our people. Though we are not connected by road to worry, which is the closest combat center. But we have a tunnel road by reason of this present government.
Okay.
And you know, when the place is connected by a road, it means that other basic necessities will also come. Take for instance, we are not connected to the national grid. But just like people in that world. Though we live side by side with the Korean companies, we struggle sometimes. Some few communities are connected. Most of the communities are not connected to the gas turbines of the oil companies. So we try to see how we can be connected by road, and in so doing we be connected to the national grid.
Okay.
That's one of my people's greatest dreams. That will definitely bring the needed development that people are waiting for. By the grace of God, I know that with the coming of the next government, because of the fact that internal roads have been done in some of the communities, our focus will be that the next government connects us by road to the urban centers. And then by the time that is done, there will be accelerated development in the rural communities. And that's our greatest dream. And I know that it will come to pass. With the kind of person, Mr. Speaker of the House, that's what I said, who is a gubernatorial candidate, I know that he is a go-getter. He will continue from where His Excellency, President Governor, has started. And he has promised the audience more infrastructure, more in terms of security, more in terms of empowerment. Let's make it to that. And I got that very strong.
So going back, you being a legislator in the legislative arm, and we know their responsibilities to make laws and of course some oversight functions. Tell us, have you been involved in some proposition of motions? What impacts have you made within this tenure to which you have been?
Yeah, by the grace of God, the essence of a legislator is to make laws. And I did told you that I had a foundational background while in school. So that also spurred me. When I came into the house, there's this incident of dying fishes at the Atlantic Ocean.
Okay.
You know what? The fringe of the Atlantic Ocean, or southwest, and some are joining. So I did move in motion. The government needs to do something quickly, where the croaker fish and some other fishes will die seriously. The croaker fish we call in our local balance broke manage, because it's one of the species of fishes you can easily get. So they call it broke marriage. So even the poor people can afford that one. So that's how we call it. It was dying in numbers. And we don't know what actually caused it. So our primary objective is to draw the attention of government to act immediately to leave the board.